Hey, what's going on everybody? Troy here with Limitless TV, and I got such an important video topic today. I want to dive into 5 things that you have to give up if you want to lose weight really fast. Now, I've worked with a ton of different people, and I myself have gone on a bunch of different fat loss diets. I'm currently preparing for a fitness competition, and I just want to give you like a straight to the point video because I know there's a lot of channels out there that make losing weight seem really easy, like it's just a walk in the park, you just snap your fingers, eat a piece of broccoli, and all that weight melts away. I want to give you a realistic idea on things that you probably are going to have to give up. Not probably, you absolutely will have to give up if you want to lose weight really fast. So, by the way, it is an absolutely beautiful day out here. I'm standing in downtown West Palm Beach, Florida, if anybody's curious. But just want to give you guys some epic scenery, and also I'm really excited because this summer I'm going to do a ton of traveling. I want to go to Europe. I'm going to be in California, San Francisco, Las Vegas, and I really plan to take this channel to the next level and film in some epic locations while giving you guys some really cool advice and videos. Now, what are these 5 things that you have got to give up to lose weight really fast? Number 1 is your lack of self-discipline. Now, let me explain. And when I read this, I thought it was one of the most interesting things that I've read in so long. Now, your perception of yourself is so important when it comes to being disciplined. Now, the strongest psychology in your brain is to basically live up to who you think you are. So, like Tony Robbins always says, the strongest hardwiring in your brain is to live up to the internal mapping that you tell yourself what you are. So if you're lazy and you're fat and you constantly tell yourself that you're lazy and you're fat, your decisions and your actions and your patterns in your day-to-day life are going to be of someone who is lazy and fat. Now, if you start to internalize the fact that, you know what, I'm really healthy, I'm skinny, I'm fit, you're going to start to internalize that and you're going to believe it, and then your patterns and your actions and your behaviors are going to follow. So you got to change the perception of yourself. If you are telling yourself every single day that you have a slow metabolism, that you're not genetically blessed, that you're meant to be lazy and pudgy and fat forever, guess what? It is going to become nearly impossible for you to change the patterns and actions along with this behavior. So change your self-perception. And this is tip number 1 for a reason, because the other tips are going to be more actionable, but just changing the self-perception of yourself is going to make these other 4 tips so much easier. So that is tip number 1. You must think, act, and behave like someone who is skinny, healthy, and fit. Because remember, your actions are not going to deviate away from the internal mapping of how you view yourself. You've got to have positive self-talk. You've got to tell yourself that you can do it, that you were meant to be skinny, you were meant to be fit. And anytime you catch yourself in that negative self-talk, completely eliminate it and remind yourself of your internal mapping. Remind yourself that you're meant to be skinny and fit and healthy. And it is going to make all the actions, they're just going to follow right along a line. Next up, we have drinking empty calories. Now, the biggest rule of thumb when it comes to losing weight fast is you got to be on a caloric deficit. Now, what's the number 1 thing that most people struggle with on a caloric deficit? Hunger. Now, take for instance myself. I'm eating about 2,300, 2,400 calories every single day. This is not a lot of calories for someone who weighs close to 200 pounds, who's training in the gym and doing cardio almost every single day. Now, empty calories, I'm talking about the 500 calorie frappuccinos, the soft drinks, the sugar-filled energy drinks, even the Gatorade. If you're consuming 500 to 600 calories from beverages, empty sugar calories, that's only giving you 1,700 calories to eat for the rest of the day from whole food. That is not that many. Now, if you're like me, you'd much rather eat your food than drink your food because you're going to get really hungry. Now, another vicious cycle that this causes is, say you go to Starbucks, you have a 500 calorie frappuccino. Now, technically speaking, as long as you're in a caloric deficit, you can still lose body fat regardless of where those calories come from. But by spiking your insulin, you're actually causing your body to crave more sugar later in the day, which is problem number 1. Problem number 2 is you're not making yourself full in any way, shape, or form. There's no fiber in that frappuccino or the soda or the soft drink, the Gatorade, the energy drink, whatever it may be. There's no fiber, so the 300 calories go in, And then an hour later, you're actually even hungrier than if you didn't eat it at all or drink it at all. So it's this vicious cycle. So if you want to lose weight really fast, you've got to stop drinking your calories, stick with a ton of water, go with sparkling water, you could drink green tea, you could drink coffee, just stay away from the calories in liquid form. The third thing you have got to eliminate is eating those big late night meals. Now, the number one time where I actually want you guys to be consuming the majority of your calories is pre and post workout. So if you're a guy and you're like me and you're trying to keep all of your lean muscle mass while you're losing body fat, it's really important that you get in enough calories pre and post workout, especially post workout, because your body actually requires glucose and wants to restore that glycogen following those intense weight training sessions. Now, once again, if you're only giving yourself, say, 2,300 calories, and I'm very active and I weigh 200 pounds, so for you it might be a little more than this, it might be a little less than this. But say, for instance, you're at 2,300 calories is your caloric deficit, healthy caloric deficit, where you're on like a 500 calorie deficit, you're on track to lose, say, 1 to 2 pounds of body fat each and every single week doing that. Now, it's just not realistic for you to only eat 1,000 calories all day and eat like a 1,200 calorie Papa John's pizza. Like, I don't know anyone personally that eats like raw spinach and grilled chicken and grilled salmon and nothing but steamed veggies and lean protein all day, and then we'll be like, you know what, I'm only at 1,000 calories, time for my 1,000 calorie pepperoni pizza from Papa John's. It's just not realistic to go from like one extreme end to the other. So I would just save your sweet tooth, save your calories for post-workout, or reward yourself. That's why if you're tracking your calories and say you're at 1,700 at 8 p.m., I have a pint of Halo Top ice cream sitting in my freezer. I know that I eat that entire pint of ice cream, I'm still only at 2,000 calories. That's way different than not tracking my calories and then all of a sudden craving pizza and downing 1,300 calories at 11 p.m. at night. So the best thing in the world that you can do as far as late night eating is slow digesting protein. Keep those insulin levels low, which in return is going to raise your human growth hormone levels, which is a very important fat burning and muscle building hormone. And you guys are you're gonna speed up your results so fast. So go with like the egg white omelet with grilled chicken and veggies, or do like a raw green salad, do one of my overnight fat burning drinks, and stay away from those giant late night meals. The fourth thing you have got to give up to lose weight fast is not doing your cardio. Now, the most unenjoyable way to lose weight is to starve yourself. And this is why people who aren't very active have a really difficult time. In fact, any time that someone tells me, they're trying to lose weight, like I have some family members, and it seems like they're always dieting, but they're not active at all. They never do cardio. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything. They don't even go to the gym and do the machines or the elliptical. If your entire caloric deficit is coming from just starving yourself, you're gonna fail, I guarantee it. Now, sure, if you're like 100 or 150 pounds overweight and you eat good for a couple weeks, obviously the weight's gonna melt away, but you are still gonna hit a plateau, and it's so much more enjoyable to just be active. You're gonna notice your energy levels increase, your hormones are gonna change, and say for instance you do 20 minutes of cardio 6 times per week. You're burning another 1,200 to 1,400 calories every single week. This means that you could technically eat 1,200, 1,400 more calories and your weight would stay the exact same. So the combination of doing a lot of cardio consistently with dieting and eating clean is incredible. In fact, with how active like I am, I'm lifting weights almost every day. I'm doing fasted cardio, which is an awesome form of cardio where basically you wake up, you drink a bunch of water, you burn basically your fat stores immediately on the treadmill or outside going for a walk, whatever you choose to do. That's an awesome way to burn a bunch of fat. And then high intensity interval training. Doing sprint intervals is by far and away the best way to burn fat with cardio, but it's very hard on your joints because it requires you to basically run as fast as humanly possible for 15-20 seconds and rest, and you do about 6 to 10 total intervals. This is very hard, especially if you're very overweight and you have bad knees and bad joints. So no matter how you chalk it up, as long as you're doing some form of cardio, whether it be fasted cardio, whether it be 20 minutes on the elliptical later in the day, whether it be high intensity interval training, doing cardio, even if it's 4, 5, 6 times a week for 20 minutes per session, will change your life. So if you want to lose weight fast, you cannot be lazy. Do your cardio, don't skip your workouts, and just think of it like this. You're going to be able to enjoy and eat so much more food. Number 5 is you've got to give up instant gratification. Now, when it comes to losing weight and when it comes to really changing how you look, like I'm talking about if someone, didn't see you for a while and they're like, holy shit, that looks like a completely different person. That type of weight loss is gonna take at least 8 weeks. Now, 8 weeks, it doesn't seem like a ton of time when I just say it out loud, 8 weeks, but think about it. That is 56 total days, and when you're in the middle of a fat loss regimen, you're dieting, you're training, you're on day, say, 13, and you're like, oh my God, 43 more days of this to even hit 8 weeks? I can't do this, this is complete torture. But I'm gonna tell you what, it will change your life if you can at least make it to week 8 of any fat loss regimen. Your hormones are gonna change, your energy levels are gonna change. Once you start looking in the mirror and absolutely loving the final result, loving the change each and every single day, it becomes so easy to stay on track, guys. It becomes so easy to eat clean, to do your cardio, to train every day. You got to fall in love with the journey, fall in love with the process of losing weight, and you guys are gonna have a life-changing transformation. Now, when I say give up instant gratification, I mean give up that you think you can see a life-changing transformation in 1 to 2 weeks of dieting. I can't tell you how many people that I've met, that I've trained, that I've coached, who they start on this regimen and they're really trying hard. They're putting in so much effort for like 2 weeks, and they look in the mirror and they're comparing pictures and they don't think they look that different. But if they just focus on the journey, they embrace the journey, and they truly loved each and every single day of getting a little bit better, and they stuck with it for 8 weeks, they would see a life-changing transformation, and over the course of a year, they would change and become a totally different human being. So those are the top 5 things that you've got to top 5 things you have to eliminate to lose weight really fast. So I thought I would change it up and just kind of walk out here in my local park and shoot a high quality video for you guys. But make sure, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe. I'm gonna be traveling all summer long, just showing you guys some cool spots all around the world and hopefully giving you guys some epic weight loss advice. So thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next video.